Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. We're going to talk about Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so you know what to do. Just take what resonates. But we'll begin and pull an overall energy for the day from the tattoo deck, and then we'll see where the reading takes us. Some shuffling. What do we have for Wednesday? Okay, let's see what we have here. The High Priestess. Now, the Seven of Swords also coming up, but I'm not going to take it. I do feel as if the High Priestess is our overall energy. I think I'm going to shift on over and use the Good Tarot. I was feeling guided to it, but I, for whatever reason, held back from beginning the reading with it. Because the High Priestess is definitely, a very spiritual card, right? But also very intuitive. So those two aspects of your life taking a true focus, you feeling and just simply knowing the truth within. I feel like your inner voice is taking a highlight, and being quite to oneself and secretive in regards to what you pick up on, intuitively, those intuitive hits coming to be, what your spiritual guides or random spirits give you as far as downloads or have recently. I just heard a space for everything, a time for everything that's taking a highlight. But it's just this feeling that each of us are feeling a bit secretive to oneself, just trying to mull things over in our mind, in our secretive space is what I'm hearing. Just trying to figure out how to shift forward, okay? You could be keeping a new opportunity that you acquired to oneself, or a new change in your life. Very interesting. Let me get the Good Tarot out. And part of the reason why I feel double confirmation to use this Good Tarot is because, for me at least, I really feel it holds very spiritual energy, okay, as a tarot deck. And so with this coming out, it just felt like a given. Let's do some shuffling. Wow, I'm a little bit shaky. For Wednesday to continue. Okay, the Seven of Air. Look at that. AKA the Seven of Swords once again. So the number 77 coming out if you look up that angel number meaning. But I do feel like it's a day where we can't help but highlight the fact that you are keeping this to yourself, or you're just keeping a lot to yourself. I want to say even a very kind of hermit mode energy about this, right? But look at the coloring, the imagery. It's a very peaceful day to say the least. You may feel literally like an angel energy-wise. As you're migrating around, you're just doing what you got to do, even resting for some. But Spirit's saying this is because you're very spiritually connected. But when you realize that you've known something all along, but just either discarded it, forgot about it, however it ends up working for you, this will feel like a bit of an eye-opening experience for you, okay? But I do feel like don't be surprised if you're very overly serious throughout this day, feeling a bit depleted potentially, just low in energy, or just feeling as if, just not feeling super smiley. So be it. But underneath it all, I do feel like it is a sunny day, but you just are quite serious for the most part, at least, right? But I do see this being a Wednesday that highlights the importance of completion at times to acquire what you're meant for. What's meant for you more so, to embark upon the new, the fresh, the sunnier for oneself, okay? And whether you've acquired a new opportunity surrounding this day or within it, you are going to be reminded in one way, shape, or form, or in multiple ways, that completion is a must, okay? Highlighting that for more than one reason. Let's keep pulling. Right from the middle of the deck, we have the Queen of Fire. Queen of Fire. Spirit saying just because this is meant to be another peaceful day for the most part doesn't mean you're not passionate, right? I just feel like there's a way about how you produce and develop throughout this day, a way about how you selectively communicate, bear with me, that leaves you with success throughout this day. I do feel as if they just showed somebody touching something and a little flame of fire comes to be, right? So it's this, that representing your passion, right? That's burning within, and you just kind of expressing that through, say you're creating art, you're working for your business, for your job, when it comes to who you're, again, communicating with. I'm hearing an online platform for some, but I just feel like there's also a focus on a lit candle for some. This is a day where you may feel like you should be getting done more than you can or you are, but Spirit's saying, again, as we say time and time, um, that everything happens when it's meant to, how it's meant to. You got to trust that. But the Six of Fire. So it's a day where you're being noticed, okay? The Six of Fire, aka the Six of Wands, talking about how people are looking at you, heads are turning to see what you're up to. People are noticing your behavior, okay? And even noticing you for that secrecy all the meanwhile. But I just feel like you're as well being noticed for somebody who can see through the BS at this point along your path, and you're a person who doesn't need um, to put all their cards on the table. Does that make sense? Going back to the overall message of you being very intuitive and spiritually connected, at the very least, very intuitive, and therefore you can decipher quite quickly. You again see through people's BS. I feel like you're going to be reminded, even if somebody's been extra nice recently, even if somebody has offered to help you in certain ways, or in one particular way, shown a good side of them, doesn't mean you forget about the truth that you've seen within them, right? In a negative sense. Does that make sense to you? I just feel like one, if not multiple people have shown their true colors to you, or you've seen right through. You can't unsee, you can't unhear, right? You can't unknow in regards to what the truth is within that situation, or multiple for you, okay? So that day, this day highlights that as well. Bear with me, I had to re-cleanse my energy. So I do feel like, given it's a very, I want to say a strong energy kind of day, even if it does feel quite peaceful in certain ways, and for the majority of which, I do feel like those who feel energy quite heavily or just a lot, you definitely need to be cleansing your energy, because there's just going to be some off energies that you will encounter, okay? And we don't need you to be carrying what isn't yours. So the Two of Fire as well being shown to me, and I really do feel as if throughout this day you won't be able to focus too long on what you lack, because you just have so much going on, or you just will be reminded by your spirit guides what you are acquiring at this time and what is actually working for you. I'm hearing slow your roll, slow your roll. You may feel like you can't over exude or overdo it, but then it's like it's like this feeling that being drawn to this reading, you want what you can't have, or you want what you don't have yet, even though you're getting what you're meant to in the moment, or just in divine timing. Does that make sense? They're saying nobody's perfect. We also have the Seven of Fire, okay? Seven of Fire. So number 777 coming out as well, but reiterating the 77 angel number that we're speaking upon. I do feel like for certain reasons, differing from case to case, it is a bit of a magical day. If you look at this unicorn, when you dream is what I'm hearing. When you dream, there's going to be, a nightmare for some, but I feel like that will be following or surrounding a very magical message kind of dream from spirits, or one in particular. And I feel like this is a day that reminds you, take the good with the bad at times, right? Because nothing's perfect, but you also are being reminded in certain ways you don't need to settle, okay? I'm not really sure why that's coming out. But I feel like you're getting ready to leap towards something new. Interesting. But a lot is coming towards you. Again, this is kind of coming through as very much protecting your magical, peaceful way of being. If you think about the typical Seven of Wands kind of energy, where a lot's coming towards you, I do feel like there's a lot of praise even, but some negativity, some weird comments taking place. Okay, that was a very feisty message, which I won't repeat, because we're going to make sure that we keep this day positive, right? Anybody who you cross paths with, or chooses to tune into your work, or just your social media posts, it could be both, of course, right? As I stumble on my words. Any negative beings, just discard it, delete the comment, right? Don't let it consume you or affect your day in a negative sense, okay? But I just feel like you're being viewed as a magical being, a magical soul, one that can, do no wrong, or just is pure-hearted, okay, in what they say, what they produce, develop, and how something's growing all the meanwhile. But I also feel like there's a focus on a tattoo, if not multiple, okay? Whether it's yours, somebody else's. We will need you to get that tattoo. That's not for everybody, obviously. So just do some research potentially in regards to that. That could be more research in regards to the design or just what you actually want. It could be in regards to where to get it. But I just feel like it's another day where your looks are taking a focus. What do we have here? The Three of Water. The Three of Water. So the Three of Cups talking about how you are being celebrated for how passionate you truly are without forcing it, okay? And I feel like people are amazed by your ability to trust your intuition at this point. I feel like someone at a distance, even if you can't sense this or you don't see evidence of which, they're thinking about how you trusted your intuition in the past with a change, a decision, something of the sort, and that it's working out for you, or it has in the recent past. Does that make sense? You need to remember how inspiring you truly are by doing what's right for you, by producing, developing in your own intuitive manner, and by trusting oneself fully at this point along your path. And if there are moments where you second guess things, you second guess your intuition, just the intuitive hits you're getting, Spirit will push you to, I'm seeing the Hanged Man, to adjust your perspective, to snap out of it in a sense, okay? But I just feel like it's a day where you do need to, okay, steer clear of temptation as much as possible. But as well, I do feel as if you need to have patience, right? With all that you have going on, with oneself, with the intuitive hits, along with your spirituality coming towards you, what you're hearing, your thoughts from Spirit, your dreams. It all just entails a level of patience, okay? Because as much as it's beneficial in a lot of ways, and it's helping guide you towards who and what's meant for you, and help you steer clear of who and what's not, right? Or even to prepare for or make certain changes that are necessary. It can feel like a lot at times, okay? It can feel like a lot, but I just feel like it is a day where, again, you just want more. It's like the attention, the growth, the possibilities that are becoming more illuminated for oneself. It just leaves you motivated and kind of hungry for more, okay? But I just feel like you need to, okay, face this head on. But we have the Call card. I'm going to take this one, as I really do feel it's a day where you're being reminded that you have a calling as an individual, as a soul, okay? And so I feel like it's another kind of day where your life purpose is taking somewhat of a highlight. Oh, I think that was the Taurus reading I did yesterday, not the daily. But I really do feel like it's a day where you're being pushed to as well focus on your self-love, okay? And that in and of itself inspires people, okay? To take care of oneself. Look at that imagery, to rest, okay? You're one strong individual, but you owe it to yourself to rest, given you are accomplishing a ton surrounding and in the midst of this day. But I just feel like it's about answering that call to fulfill one's soul, to help other people, and to put your intuition side by side with your spiritual connection to use, or to continue to do so, okay? Don't be surprised if creative solutions come to be quite easily throughout this day. I do feel as if you're being watched after, okay? Looked after by certain spirits, even if you're messed with, okay? And allow for oneself to absorb what's necessary throughout this day, discard what's not important or is just simply a form of messing with, and just move forward with a level of ease in your heart and soul, as it is a very busy day, and again, it can feel a little bit overwhelming with all that's coming to be and being reminded to oneself and all that you're seeing clearly. But I just feel like it's a day where you will gain certain levels of clarity and better understanding, right? As the day begins to wrap up. All right, allow for oneself to take a deep breath and recognize that you are one powerful, magical soul, and people are noticing that. All right, so I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.